So, does anyone know who this gentleman is? Does that face look familiar? A couple up the back. Yep. Anyone want to yell it out? Elon Musk, that's right. He's one of the founders of PayPal. He also went on to set up quite a few very successful businesses afterwards, like there's SpaceX, a space exploration company. One of the more well-known ones is Tesla. He's the electric cars that you may have heard of. Just recently, I heard Elon's ex-wife talking about what it takes to become a billionaire. And it really resonated with me, and I thought, maybe this is something that you might be interested in as well. She said, firstly, you need to get intensely focused on what the world wants. Like, what you want is to make $1 billion, but turn your attention away from that and focus on what your audience wants. Get really clear on what that is. Then ask yourself, is there a way that you can develop some unique potential there to help solve that problem? And try and make it that you're the only person that can do it and it can't be replicated. So that's the first thing. And then once you figure out what that area of potential is, you need to develop that potential. You really work on it to become a master of that particular area. And then once you've mastered one area, you identify another area that you become a master of, and you move into that space. So for Elon Musk, he mastered engineering, then he mastered business, and it was when he mastered those two areas, those two industries, where their circles overlapped, that's where the opportunity was created for him, because he could now speak in two different languages. He could connect with the audiences from both groups. And that's where he spotted this opportunity, because for him now, he could kind of cherry pick ideas from one industry and then go deploy them in another industry where it was completely new and exciting for them, but it's been working over in this industry. So I thought that was a really interesting way to think about sort of opportunities and the way that you can add some unique value. You want to master a couple of areas and that'll create the opportunity. So for me, one of the early areas that I wanted to master when I left school, I thought, hey, I want to make as much money as I can. The money's in the stock market, so I took out a $5,000 loan, went and did one of those weekend share trading courses where they'll teach you everything that you need to know, and by Monday morning, you'll be sitting on your own island. That was the dream that I was sold, and I took out that loan and I got intensely interested and curious about trading the stock market, how to trade it profitably, how to design trading systems. And a trading system, like the whole goal of a trading system, it's just a set of rules that you follow, and you do all the thinking up front, and it's predefined criteria that tells you when you should buy, when you should sell, and what it does is by having those rules, it enables you to take the emotion out that was previously involved in trading. Because trading can be quite an emotional game, particularly once your money's in the market. That's when people tend to break the rules and make stupid mistakes. So you would design a trading system so that, when that critical moment happened, you'd already done a lot of that thinking beforehand. So this idea of creating a system, and there was something early on, I remember the whole purpose of designing this system, you'd write it in a way that you could hand it to someone else, and effectively you'd want them to be able to follow your rules and processes and be able to replicate your trading methodology. So that was sort of really important for me. But I think quickly, early on, I realised to trade effectively, you needed a trading float, which is an amount of capital that you're trading. And I didn't have a trading float. I'm living at mum's in a 2-bedroom flat in Glen Iris with a $5,000 debt, shelf stacking at Richie's in Paran to try and pay back that debt. So I didn't have a trading float there. And that's really what sort of sparked me to find another area of mastery. And business partner and I, we started up our first business together. We created a home study course to teach people how to use a particular charting package we were both really familiar with. And that was kind of like the start of the journey for me in business. And I love business because it's such a challenge. It's constantly changing. You have to be sort of on the cutting edge. And I think, again, that's what we're all drawn to, particularly as entrepreneurs and startup entrepreneurs. But over the years, as I've sort of developed, I've identified where my two circles intersect. And it's that understanding of systems and it's the understanding of business and where that overlap is, that's where the sweet spot is. So that's what I want to share with you today. I want to share with you my sweet spot and give you something that you can just deploy in your business to take it to the next level.